G'day. How are we all? Well, the clocks apparently have gone back, or forward, or something, but wherever you are in the world, right now in Mayo Island, where I am, it's just after 4:20. It's been a hot minute since I was on. Had a busy week. I went to Limerick on Thursday night to perform in the Luann Liddell comedy competition, and I did okay, but I didn't get through to the final. Never mind, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And then Friday night I went to Carrick-on-Shannon to hang out with some of my friends from the Sligo Comedy Club and be part of the open mic there in Nellie's Bar, Carrick-on-Shannon. That was a great crack. There were lots of people that had come down from Dublin on boats, because Carrick-on-Shannon is very much a town where people hire houseboats and keep boats at their marina on the River Shannon, and they come down for the crack at weekend. So that was fun. And during the week I was in the cast and in the filming of an independent short film called Cairn, written and directed by Ballina filmmaker Chris Arras, and I'm looking forward to being in that. That's going to be released in the beginning of the new year. And I've been rehearsing for the pantomime, A Mermaid Scale. Scale is Ashkelga Irish for starry. So when people say an sin scale, Ashkelga in Irish, it means that's the story. So Ballina Dramatic Society putting on their Christmas panto. In that, I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a great bunch of lads, and a lovely thing to do at Christmas time is to do a family entertainment for a town. It's a great community thing to do, particularly when most of the comedy I usually do is quite bawdy. But there you go. But anyway, I thought I'd jump on because today I'm going to talk about I'm not American, but, because there's a few things I want to get off my chest, quite frankly. Let me bring you down to my level, shall I? I'm once again sitting in my bed on my electric blanket. It's getting cold and wild out there in Mayo in the late afternoon. However, it's not too bad in my conservatory, particularly with my electric blanket on. I can get snuggled, go to bed with a book or a YouTube video, or, well, with you. Here you are. I'm still in my... I'm resisting. I will move back into my indoor bedroom with my open fire, but I've got so used to looking at the blue sky, and there is still blue sky, that I've sort of delayed going inside. I'm still out here, living like a feral on the back veranda, as it were. Does suit me though. I'm at the stage of my life where I'm like, I can either go and... I'm torn between the idea of buying a big plot of land and putting a tiny home on it with a conservatory / glass house, so I can like grow a few veggies and things and be warm with my dogs and still have privacy and lots of land and plant trees. Or, you know, buy a townhouse somewhere in a larger town and have modern conveniences and less upkeep, because I have not kept up my cottage in the manner to which it deserves. But I'm yet to make a decision. And the longer I wait, the worse things get, of course, which is life. He who hesitates is lost. And my goodness, have I hesitated, and very lost I am. But anyway, on with my political opinions. This time it is of the US political system. I've had a few things on my chest for the last decade or so about American politics. So here you go. You ready? I'm not American, but if I was American, I would be furious that Bernie Sanders had the kibosh put on him twice by the Democrat Party, by the Democratic National Congress. They backstabbed Bernie Sanders twice. They fielded the candidate Hillary Clinton, who was corrupt, who has Epstein connections, whose husband brought the Oval Office into disrepute during his tenure in the 90s, and Bill Clinton should have been impeached and convicted by the Democratic Senate, but they did not, which sort of lowered the bar, which is why everyone's getting away with things now. Ford should not have pardoned Reagan, rather. Nixon. Ford should not have pardoned Nixon at all. Nixon should have gone to jail, and then the Democrats should have convicted Bill Clinton when he was impeached. This is like every time Hillary Clinton was out there on the campaign trail in 2015, 2016, looking smug, and although she's got it and entitled and not bothering to visit all the grassroots voters and things in states where she thought that, she was just taking them for granted. Everywhere she went, there was Bill Clinton, the assaulter of Lewinsky and Linda Tripp and Juanita Broaddrick and, travelled on Epstein's plane 26 times. We already knew all that by the time Hillary Clinton stood for her first candidacy. There you go. I do apologise. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, except for special people. And one of my special people just rang. What are the chances? So Hillary Clinton, there was no chance she was ever going to win. But they put the kibosh on Bernie, even though he would have won. And then in 2020, they peddled out Alzheimer's patient Joe Biden, who had a disgraceful presidency, abandoned Afghanistan, supported Israel, all these awful sorts of things. And it was all too easy for Trump to take the White House again, and he's actually tearing it down. There you go. So I'm not American, but if I was, I would be furious, and I would not ever engage in the two-party system. I would register as an independent, much like Bernie. And it is an absolute travesty that Bernie Sanders hasn't just finished as a two-term president who brought about great social change. There was all this, we can't elect Bernie because even if he gets in, we won't get anything done because everyone will block him. Well, Trump got in, and he's literally took a wrecking ball to the White House, and is doing whatever he wants. So what's to say that what Bernie wanted wouldn't have worked, and it would have brought about social justice and egalitarianism and a bit of democratic socialism, so that there was a decent support network for the more vulnerable about you. I mean, if you're actually a Christian nation, America, then you should be living as Jesus espoused, which is to heal the sick, feed the poor, and cross the road to help someone in need, no matter what tribe they're from. Anyway, that's me. That's what I want to get off my chest. I'm not American, but if I was, I would be furious that I didn't get to vote for Bernie Sanders twice, and I'd be making sure that the Clintons never got a say in American politics ever again. James Comey didn't lose the election for Hillary. Hillary lost the election for Hillary, and it's time the Democratic Party accepted it. There you go. See you when you got nothing on.